Hey everybody! Con! We're leaving that. Alright, hey everybody, welcome to another MerlinCast. I've got a special guest here. Some of you guys remember, this is Troll. We're here to talk about some geeky things. Now, when you were quoting Con, by the way, was that Con or Con Star Trek Beyond?
I think you know the answer to that.
Oh, man. That's a Star Trek Into Darkness?
Star Trek Into Darkness was the one with not Con.
Not Con.
Which is sad because they could, if he was just another one of like the things from like the Eugenics War.
Mm-hmm.
Another like one of the made men from the Eugenics War would have been fine.
Oh yeah, no, but they just had to.
They just had to ruin it.
I remember they weren't fooling anybody when that came out.
It's like, so he's Con. It's like it's the same thing with the chick who played Talia in Dark Knight Rises. They're like, oh, she's not Talia. I was like,
Talia, that's who she is. Rachel.
Yeah, I didn't play Talia at all, but she was Talia.
What was the character she acted more like? The other sister, Nessa. Was Nessa ever in anything more than that one story?
She was in the last Arkham game.
Oh, really?
She was a good guy too, which is weird. Alright.
That's really weird. But yeah, man, basically what we do is we'll go through some entertainment news, we'll react to some things, our thoughts, and before that, though, he actually reminded me, we're going to do a little unboxing. Harrisburg Comic Con earlier, I picked up one of these He-Man figures.
So he's had this for months, he's never opened it up. I think it's because he likes the box.
Pretty much. I mean, I don't want it to not be anything other than that cute little He-Man. Look at him. It's adorable.
I want to see which one you got. By the way, I'm addicted to these things. I have a million little vinyl things. Not of this particular set, but I have a million little vinyl things in my house. Whole lineup of like sci-fi ones. I got a bunch of Power Ranger ones. I got a bunch of horror ones. Started with Funko Pops. I have a crap ton of those too.
So you're addicted.
I'm addicted. I get these all the time.
All right. Well, you know what? Open up for me. See what we have.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, come. All right. He's gonna make me open it.
Gonna make you open it.
He's right though. I do like the box. I don't want to damage it. Who knows? These things could have value, right? I'm not an expert collector, but
I don't know. I don't collect things to sell them later. I collect things because I like them and I want to collect them.
Yeah, collecting is always kind of a weird thing, I think, in that sense. But now we're going to find out what I actually have. Like packaging, Masters of the Universe. Oh, he's got something to go through.
I think the only thing I didn't like open up was the Green Power Ranger that he got me because I don't want to lose all the bits that come with it.
I remember that. I got you a pretty cool figurine.
I love that, by the way. It still looks really cool on my...
Go Green Ranger, go.
Oh, you got the Hawk guy. What's his name?
Stratos.
Oh, wow, that's a good name. That guy looks awesome. He's a Scottish, I believe.
And his leg broke already.
It's meant to...
Wait, no, save him. Oh, he's fine. He's better now.
What did he come with?
He came...
Does he have a what?
He looks like he has a shield and a staff. With wings. With these wings.
I think they're...
Let me see. I don't know. I think he might actually have wings or something. Alright, he's got a little staff thing. Cool.
And his hand's made so I can go into it. Here's the other one.
Is it? Oh, no. It's a tight fit, that's for sure. Wait. Man. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Okay, he's got a staff.
He's got a strong grip.
He's got a real tight grip, seriously. And I guess these are like little wings? Oh, they go on his pack.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. It's like... Okay, I gotcha.
That's cool.
That is cool. Okay, he's got these little wings. Let's see if we get him even. But here, see it? Got a little staff. Got some wings on the back.
There you go,
Stratus. Cool. Huh. Yeah, actually looks pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I got a Vegeta one. I think Tiefling got me a little while ago, but I don't know what happened to him. I think the cat ate him. Unfortunately. I don't know. I can always get more of those. But anyway, a little random unboxing for He-Man there.
Well, I saw you had it on there. I'm like, no, you're going to open this up so we can see what you got.
Because you wouldn't let me do otherwise.
Yeah.
You're the guest. You're in control of the thing more than anything. All right. Well, we're on Screen Rant here. Tell me, is there anything in there you see interesting?
I watched the new season premiere of Flash yesterday.
Is it better than the last season?
It's only one episode so far, but I thought it was a decent premiere. They did an interesting thing with it. The last season, spoiler alert, Flash basically gets taken by the Speed Force.
Okay.
He's been there for 6 months. They can't release him because they need a speedster in the Speed Force, or else it's going to break down because of plot reasons.
Okay.
But they figured out a way around that, and they got him out, so it didn't cause space and time warp so far.
Catastrophe.
Yeah, but he's kind of like crazy. He's just talking nonsense. He's drawing weird symbols on everything.
One of those things. Okay.
For most of it, and then the samurai shows up. He says he's going to destroy the town if Flash doesn't fight him. So Kid Flash and Vibe try to fight him. They fail. Kid Flash dresses up in regular Flash's outfit, runs out to try to fight him, fails. So they need Barry to go out and fight him.
Is there a samurai villain Flash? I don't know of one.
There might be one. Turns out there's a robot at the end.
Oh.
But the way they snap him out of it was Iris letting herself get captured because she knows he's her husband and he loves her, so she knows that'll break out of it and come and save her.
True love saves all the time.
All the time. That's what DC Comics made of.
Yeah. Actually, more so than Marvel for sure.
Yeah.
But pretty good premiere, you think, so far? All right, that's cool. I know a lot of people had some more issues with the last season. Let's see. Well, there's always Star Wars theories. Will Kylo Ren kill Leia? Yeah. Yeah, because, Carrie Fisher's dead, so it works.
Oddly enough, the trailer for the new Star Wars trailer did not make me all that excited about the movie, really. Like, the last... I don't know why. Just because, I guess everything was just kind of, the mood was kind of dull.
It's interesting you bring that up because I feel like the last couple podcasts I've had on here, with everyone I've had on here, we all kind of come back to this that we're not really that excited about the new Star Wars movies. Why do you think that is?
I think it's because they're trying to go they all seem kind of dull. Everything they show us, inside of places, two people not really saying anything but looking at each other meaningfully.
Is there actually going to be something meaningful said?
Yeah, or happening. You've seen Rey train a little bit. You've seen Kylo Ren being angsty
a little bit more.
Yeah, the only thing of real interest that's come out is whether or not he'll kill Leia, which
we probably
will. And at the end, there's this thing of will Rey go with Kylo to learn at the end of the trailer? It seems maybe to go to the dark side. They're going to do that. And all right, I liked Rey in the first movie, but if she falls to the dark side that fucking easily, I'm not gonna like the game.
Well, she fell into everything else so easily. Anyway,
yeah, I guess, but I can forgive a lot of that. I really can. It's she's really, really strong with the Force, and that's why she can do all this shit. It's all right, whatever. She seemed she's a fun enough character.
She's decent. Yeah.
They leaned a little hard on what's her real backstory thing. I'm I don't really care about the story at this point. But she seems like a likable enough character. I like the actress, but I'm sorry if she just runs off with Kylo Ren after the shit that he pulled in the first movie. I'm not going to like the character anymore.
I heard one theory, and I thought you might find this interesting because you're such a big Luke fan, that whole reason for her having that issue turning to the dark side possibly or going to Kylo Ren might be maybe Luke turns evil. Perhaps maybe he's a bit more on the dark side.
I don't see Luke being on the dark side. There might be an idea that he doesn't want to train her because of how terribly that went last time he tried to train someone.
True.
Which would be one thing, but that's not enough of a reason to follow the dark side for me. Most reasons for following the dark side of Star Wars are kind of shit, but that one's really bad, and I just don't see it really.
Well, the thing that interested me the most, side note, I have to say, what I think the most worthless thing about the new movies is Dameron Poe. I like the character, I like the actor, but really, he needs to do more in the next movie because he was just throwaway.
Well, he was supposed to die, that's why.
Well, he did. Yeah, I was I don't know. There was a lot shot around him. How do you feel about Finn's his arc with? I guess
I liked Finn in the first movie. Actually, I liked the fact that he wasn't the Jedi. I liked the fact that he was just trying to join the good side, figure out who he was. And I'm really actually his arc is what he's doing in the new movie is what I'm most interested in because he's somehow fighting Phasma. Phasma, who another character seemed interesting.
Didn't do anything.
Didn't do a damn thing in the first movie, so I'm interested in what those two are doing more than I'm interested in the Force people. I have no interest in Kylo Ren. whatsoever. Kylo Ren is a shit Darth Vader. That was his entire backstory, is a shit Darth Vader. And
well, you know how I feel about Kylo Ren. I mean, I'm not.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I'm sorry, I hated him. Though I will
he's
say,
an edgelord. That's what he is. He's
edgelord supreme.
He's evil Jason Solo, Jaken or whatever.
Jaken, whatever.
Jaken Solo. Darth. He's basically this version of Darth Cadmus, and I didn't like that guy in the original. I liked Jaken before he fell to the dark side. And this one, I have no reason to like this fucking guy.
Well, I'll tell you the one thing.
And his lightsaber's stupid. I don't care what it is. His lightsaber's stupid.
Well, it is stupid, but Star Wars gets so much of a pass about stupid things. It's whatever. But there was one thing about it that interested me. I am interested in Snoke. I think he might be an interesting villain. Do you think
I'm disappointed that he's not huge.
Yeah, he didn't want to be the big guy. I wanted the hologram to be that big.
Yeah, I want him to be that big. Yeah, he's a normal sized dude. I'm like, I don't care about you anymore.
Yeah. Do you think he's somebody we've seen before? Is he a new villain?
I don't care. Well, as soon as they made him normal size, like, I don't care about this guy anymore.
I mean, it was kind of far-fetched to think the hologram was going to be a giant guy. But it would have been cool.
It would have been cool.
I thought it would have been cool.
He's Paladin Light. He's not Paladin. Palpatine Light.
Paladin Light. Dark Paladin Light, maybe.
Yeah, he's Palpatine Light. And he's dressed in gold now, so he looks stupid.
All right. Well, you know what? We'll look through some news here, but you did remind me of something else. Moving off of Star Wars, finally.
Well, wait, before you do, I want to bring up the fact that it's like, oh, they're not Sith. They're the Knights of Ren. I'm like, fuck you. They're everything about them is Sith-like. They're fucking Sith.
To be fair, in Star Wars, the dark side has had many different sects. You know, Sith, First Order, whatever.
A lot of people bring that up. It's like, oh, no, they're so new and different. Like, no, it's evil Jedi, just like the Sith were.
They're just another form of dark Jedi. That's what it is. That's what they are. That's how I look at them. But you got the chance to watch Star Trek Discovery. Mm-hmm. So I wanted to hear from you your thoughts. It's mostly been negative from what I've heard, but
I've only seen the first episode.
Okay.
Which, to be fair, is the only episode that they allowed on regular TV and not on their special bullshit streaming service that only people in the United States and Canada have to use. Everyone else can use Netflix.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Pisses you off even more, doesn't it?
I thought it. Oh, so if you're overseas, you can. Oh. Wow.
I need to make you watch it with me, mostly so I can watch the second episode. Because I can't get through the second episode by myself. It is so fucking bad. Alright.
Please tell me.
It's focused on one main character. This is Michael Burnham.
I heard about her, yeah.
And this is the most fanfiction-y character I could possibly think of.
Tell me. Tell me about her, please.
She is the
adopted
daughter of Sarek. So she's Spock's human adopted sister.
Okay.
She graduated from the Vulcan Science Academy.
Okay.
A human. This is 10 years before Kirk and Spock's thing.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Go ahead.
So bad. I did watch part of the second episode. You find out that she just showed up on the ship Discovery. Not Discovery. Discovery doesn't take place in the first two episodes. The actual ship Discovery, the show's named after.
Yeah.
So she shows up to the ship where the cool older lady from Crouched Tiger, Hidden Dragon,
Michelle Yeoh,
is the captain of, and she just becomes an officer there. Doesn't go through Starfleet Academy. And apparently, in a few years, she makes it up to like first officer.
How?
I don't know. They showed her joining the ship via flashback.
Even Spock had to go for like a couple of years.
The Klingons already have cloaking technology.
That's not continuity either. Yeah.
They also put their dead in coffins and stick the coffins on the outside of their ships.
Someone told me about that. That's never been a thing.
The Klingons actually don't care about the corpses at all because they say it's like it's worthless shell now. The soul is left. That's why they roar to let the dead warriors come in. They look fucking terrible. Look up what they look like. Just look up what they look like.
Yeah, I've heard that people said the Klingons look pretty bad.
They look bad.
Klingons Star Trek Discovery.
I don't know if you can put this into the video somehow, just pictures of them, but
I might. I mean, worst comes to worst, I can get a link, but you can get my reaction. I haven't really looked at anything too much in depth with these.
So bad.
But yeah, it's like, ooh.
Now, if I held a gun to your head and told you to tell me what race that was.
I mean, honestly, man, these look more like Gorn or some sort of reptilian race to me than Klingons.
Yeah, they all look like Klingons. Not even like their clothing or any of their stuff.
I mean,
look up. They more look like the villain from Star Trek Beyond.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, the only thing I can see, though, is that they do have the ridges, I guess.
But nothing else.
Oh, you know what I found out that was actually kind of interesting about the Klingons? In Star Trek Discovery, did you know that apparently every single cast member of like the really violent Klingon race is black, except for the one guy that I guess is going to be their leader? I guess he's an albino guy.
Yeah,
he's played by.
They introduced him as albino guy.
I thought that was interesting.
Look up what their batleth look like.
The batleth.
Yeah, Klingon Discovery batleth. I mean, yeah.
You know what? I'm trying to. I don't know if I've ever had to spell batleth. It's the first time for everything. Did I spell it right? No, batleth. I did not. What if it comes up with the bad spelling? Batleth. Hyphen between bat and leth. Probably will come up anyway. As you can tell, my connection's wonderful here. Oh, here we go. Get some images. Come on.
Thanks, Josh.
Okay, I'll try to do it the right way. Batleth.
TH. I need to see how fucking awful this is. Yeah. No, it's that one.
That doesn't look safe.
That doesn't look like a batleth.
Well, the batleth has blades, like they have the real one down here.
That looks like a I believe Ja or one of the other people at D&D game when I had them look this up said it looked like a bow from Skyrim.
It looks like I was gonna say it looks like an elvish bow or something, not a batleth.
And it's so fucking boring. All the Klingons speak Klingon, but they speak in this low, droning fucking cadence that just feels like it's meant to put you to sleep. Show's really stupid. All right. They come to like this area where they can't scan. I believe it's like a pulsar star thing.
Okay, pretty common.
They can't scan it. So the first officer goes like, all right, I'm going to go in there and see what it looks like. Science officer, who is a cowardly alien, like a race of cowardly aliens, goes like, no, it's stupid. The radiation will like destroy you. And I'm thinking like, a shuttle shouldn't be that bad. Just go on their shuttle. Yeah, she gets permission to go, and what they do is she gets out and she's in a spacesuit doing a spacewalk on the outside of the ship. It's like, why did they do that? Why didn't she just get into a shuttle? She shoots herself off towards it in a spacesuit.
In a spacesuit?
Yeah.
Okay.
To look at the thing.
So like
inside the deadly radiation.
That's how you can tell it's a J.J. Abrams movie when like the first result is just shoot yourself out into space.
Yeah.
You know, all right. You know what? It just came to me now. I think that we kind of hype on the high action ridiculousness of when they do that in the Abrams Star Trek movies. But to be fair, in Star Trek: The Motion Picture, remember Spock does go deep into the V'ger ship in just a space.
Star Trek: Motion Picture is not a good defense for anything.
I'm not saying it is, but there is a root to it though. So there was some dumb Star Trek stuff before with that. But
yeah, she has a sister, so what do I know?
There you go.
And so she's walking on this thing. She finds like this thing in there, which we find out later is a Klingon thing. She's walking on, and then this Klingon in a spacesuit comes out with a batleth, and he attacks her, and she ends up killing him, and like floating away. Ship saves her. She wakes up. Klingon ship decloaks in front of them, so they don't know what to do because they haven't seen the Klingons in 100 years.
Okay.
Backstory: the main character, her family was killed in a Klingon raid.
So she hates Klingons.
Haven't seen Klingons in 100 years.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
How does she know Klingons even killed her family then?
Klingons, they died in Klingon raid. Everyone knows Klingons killed her family. It's mentioned by everyone around her. Klingons haven't been seen in 100 years. Yeah, first episode.
That's a plot hole. All right.
She needs to know what to do about this because she thinks shit's gonna go down. So she dials up. She calls Sarek. No, they're at the edge of Klingon space.
Mm-hmm.
And this is how people talk to you when you like call them up. They show up as a hologram, a real-time fucking hologram that moves around and talks to you. Edge of Federation space, 10 years before
TOS.
TOS.
Wonder why they had those. Do they offer any explanation for that?
Nope. And this isn't the flagship. This is a regular pro-dumb fucking Federation ship.
See, you know, I would be okay with that if it was the Abrams verse, but isn't this supposed to be in regular continuity?
I don't know. I wouldn't be okay with it in either case.
Okay.
But she talks to Sarek, and she's like, how did the Vulcans deal with the Klingons back when they had to deal with them?
Uh-huh.
Note, Vulcans are one of the founding races of the Federation. She should have this information in her on the goddamn computer. But they act like Vulcans are like some weird alien race that they kind of know. It's weird. But he tells her, and then she goes out to the ship and tells her Federation captain, all right, what we gotta do is just open fire on them. Because the Vulcan logical way of dealing with it was every time they met the Klingons, they just opened fire on them at first sight until the Klingons tried talking to them.
Not what the Vulcans do. It's not what the Federation does.
That's called a Vulcan Hello. That's what the first episode is named, by the way, is Vulcan Hello.
So
describe that.
What you're telling me, Troll, is that they encounter the Klingons and their first action is to fire everything.
No, that's what she wants. And she tells her. The captain, however, goes, no.
Okay, good.
That seems like a terrible fucking idea.
Good. And
you just had bad radiation burns from back in there, so maybe she takes her aside because she gets lippy with her on the ship on the bridge about it. So she takes her into her waiting room and is like, look, you're not yourself right now because you're going through this shit. You
calm down, basically.
You need to calm the hell down. So Michael Burnham's like, all right. Vulcan Ned pitches her captain.
Oh, man.
Then goes out onto the bridge and goes, fire everything! And the other officers are like, were you just complaining about the captain about that? Where's the captain? What are you doing? It's like, take that man to the brig. You fire everything. And then the captain comes out pointing a phaser going like,
hey.
So this is the shittiest Vulcan neck pinch ever. Like 2 minutes later, not only is she awake, but she's up and holding a gun coming out. Oh. And that's where the first episode ends.
That sounds pretty bad.
That is so bad.
So, it just
sounds like a few minutes later, a shit ton of Klingon ships show up.
Of course, and that's the cliffhanger.
And like, so if you think about it, if she would have fired everything on the ship, the rest of the Klingon ships would have shown up. The first thing they would have seen was a Federation ship fire everything,
and then war, basically.
Yeah, I believe the second episode ends with the start of the Klingon human war that they mentioned.
So it's her fault.
Yeah,
it's her fault.
Well, apparently the Klingons were ready to go for it anyway. I don't know. I haven't seen all the way through. I only watched a few minutes and I had to turn it off because it's
so
shit.
Bad. All right. Well, let me ask you then. I actually have heard a lot about that. Like I've just heard a lot of negative stuff online about it.
Also, small quibble, but all the Federation outfits are just blue.
Yeah.
The higher up ones have gold stuff on them, so it makes me think of Enterprise. And if a new Star Trek show is making me think of Enterprise, already doing something wrong.
Nah, man, I saw the uniforms as well. Yeah, I didn't think they looked that impressive. Probably my least favorite of this uniforms for Starfleet, actually.
They look almost like the original Enterprise, and like maybe a little bit better quality, but
maybe. Well, it just sounds to me like it's just a really dumb, high-octane action show that doesn't keep in line with the Federation standards or anything Star Trek.
The main character seems like a really bad combination of the three main characters from the Abrams Star Trek movies. Like, she's Vulcan-ish because she was raised by Sarah, kind of like Spock.
Mm-hmm.
She's a black woman who is interested in extraterrestrial culture, kind of like Uhura.
Okay.
And she's a reckless asshole who somehow fell into command
3 times.
Yeah. So she's like Kirk from the Abrams universe.
Yes. not actual Kirk.
But yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what, man?
And the name, I found the name Michael Burnham interesting because the only reason I could think of the name or Michael was try to do like a weird thing. It's like, girls aren't named Michael. That makes her interesting. No, it doesn't.
Yeah, there's been a lot of flack about that too.
Here's the thing. I don't care that her name is Michael, but I can only imagine the reason behind it is stupid because the rest of the show is stupid.
Well, all right. Then let me ask you. I have a 2-part question for you. I feel like we'll be on Star Trek for a while. The first thing is your main problem with the show? And I think I know the answer. Is your main problem with the episode you've seen that it's action-packed, or just that it's dumb?
That's bad. And it's not even that action-packed, really.
Really?
Very little action happens. Half of it, at least half, it feels really long and boring because half of it is with Klingons. And you know how Klingons are like these loud, boisterous, like... Yeah, they talk in these really low, droning fucking voices, and they all speak Klingon, and you can tell they have a hard time speaking Klingon with the prosthetics. And they just talk these long, droning fucking voices, and it just puts you to sleep, and it's just very fucking boring.
Klingons have never been boring.
They are in the show.
That sucks.
They also never been completely bald.
No,
or look like shit.
Alright, well then, let me ask you this, because maybe it's just because the show is not that good quality anyway, but I guess some people are enjoying it. Do you think that there is a place for traditional Star Trek and like modern TV, modern cinema?
Yeah.
Okay, well then how would you do it? Because I think obviously they've been leaving the movies.
Stop doing prequels.
Okay.
You can't do a prequel show about fucking things up. You can't do a prequel movie about fucking things up. And Star Trek, and people who will watch Star Trek are the type of people who knows the things that you fuck up. We just saw her. Just do a series that takes place after Voyager. It's not that fucking hard.
That would be nice.
And you know what? Start off with something everyone hasn't seen. We've all seen Klingons. We all know what the fuck Klingons are supposed to look like. So if you're going to redesign them, at least don't make them recognizable. This show's like, fuck it. We're just make them like all new and even more alien. Like, but the Vulcans look exactly the fucking same. There's only 2 alien races.
They're most
2 recurring alien races that you see in this one. It starts with the Klingons, and you see like Vulcans later on.
That's a good point. It's kind of unnecessary.
Yeah, and there's like at least I'm trying to think of the other aliens. Like there's that one who's like Are we still recording?
No, you're fine.
Right. There's one that's the science officer. He's kind of cool looking. He's played by Doug Jones, so best actor in the show probably.
Okay.
They have this other guy with like a very robot-looking helmet. Who's just on the ship. You don't really get to know any of the fucking characters. The only ones you really get to know is Michael Burnham and the captain bit because
that's a shame.
And after the first time you see the Klingons, it cuts to them on like a desert planet. They're like, well, these people are going to die because these weird bug aliens on this desert planet. So she's like, all right, we're going to shoot the bottom of their well so that they get water so they don't die out. We got to make sure they don't see us so it doesn't break Prime Directive. I'm like, okay. It's kind of shady, but it sounds like a shady thing Kirk would do, so fuck it.
Yeah.
Really. So I'm like, all right, fuck it. So they're like, all right, then they're walking along the desert and they're like, they have to get us out of here, but they can't see us on scanners for some reason. It's like, okay, so they do this thing where they're walking and talking. She's talking about her getting her own command. Never been through fucking Starfleet Academy. So about she's ready for a new command.
Of course.
Command. And then she's like, well, how do we get out of here? And then you notice as they were walking, their footprints did like a giant like Federation symbol in the sand. And she comes out again. I'm like, they can fucking see that. Why can't they just scan them? I don't know where the fuck they're at. Whatever. And they get transported. Yeah. And then they get transported up. Which, it had some good character building stuff, just the logic of it just makes you go, what?
To be fair, not the first time there's been a problem with that in Trek.
Yeah, I guess. But it just adds on to a pile of shit already.
Sounds like it.
And to see the rest of the show, you have to get their bullshit streaming service.
Yeah, that's another issue entirely.
Which is going to kill that show more than anything else, really.
So you're telling me you're not gonna pay for it?
No.
Well, I'll tell you what, man. I keep it. I think you probably have it recorded, right, somewhere.
Yeah, the first 2 episodes I'm like here.
All right. Well, hey, man.
I got through perfectly
legal means.
Legal means.
Yeah, just totally. Yeah. So I'll tell you what. Eventually, I want to see that because I want to judge it for myself. I've heard nothing positive from anybody. Nothing. Not really. Well, all right. Why do you think people are afraid to do something post Voyager?
I don't know. I think because they, the Abrams movies. Well, with Enterprise, it was a new direction take.
Kind of.
It was a terrible idea, but it was a new direction take.
It's still a prequel, though.
Well, that was the new direction take.
Okay.
And then also you have to come up with new ideas, really, if you're talking prequel. It's like, well, let's do all these guys all over again.
It's so boring.
It is.
Star Trek, you want to go forward. You want to explore.
That's my idea exactly. But then there's the Abrams movies when it came out because they're like, all right, if we want to make new Star Trek movies, we want to do stuff that people know. People know Kirk, Spock, and everything. So that was the idea behind those.
Yeah.
First one, which was okay. Second one, which was bad. Third one, which was actually good. But by that point, no one cared.
I liked the newest one.
Yeah,
I did. But I thought that was the most Star Trek of them. But I think less people saw it.
Yeah, because the last one sucks.
Star Trek and Darkness did suck. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That was blasphemy.
And with this show, I guess they're just trying to make them more like the Abrams movies, which is weird because people stop liking Abrams movies, which I don't really see the idea behind it. It's like, I don't know, just go forward, move ahead. It's not too late.
Well, I'm kind of hoping that it does tank, but this will give them incentive to apparently there's a lot of fan films that have done well, they're popular, but
just go forward. Just try something new. This isn't something new. This is another prequel show. The only new thing about it is that they centered on one main character. 2 problems with that. One, Star Trek's always been an ensemble. It's one of the strengths of it. You get to see stuff through different characters' perceptions.
True.
And 2, your main character is the worst fucking part of the show.
She doesn't sound too likable.
She isn't. Which I think I find that a lot of times when people try to do a strong female action hero, they just turn them into an asshole. People who don't know what the fuck they're doing.
That is bad writing for that. It's true.
I'm not saying that women can't be kick-ass action heroes. I fucking love some kick-ass action hero women. Buffy, Xena, The Bride.
Yeah, Uma Thurman. Yeah, definitely.
It can be done really, really well.
Yeah,
but a hack way of doing it is just to take one and turn him into a complete asshole.
No, I mean, honestly, there's a difference between having the character be an asshole and being competent.
Yeah.
That's a whole other jargon, actually. All right, guys. Well, we talked about Star Trek a lot. Mm-hmm. Basically, Discovery sucks, according to Troll. But I know you guys probably want us to talk about something else. So let's see if there's anything else news related. I know we are excited about Settlers of Catan, a movie. How do you feel about that? I know you like Settlers of Catan.
I got nothing on that.
You got nothing. Okay.
I don't know how you could possibly do that. Well, it would just be like a semi-fantasy rural farm movie.
Dude, they made Battleship a movie. I think anything's possible.
One could argue whether or not that's a movie.
Fair enough.
Or has anything to do with Battleship.
I think they used pegs at some point. The aliens
shoot pegs.
Yeah, there you go. You watch Riverdale, right?
I watched the news episode. It was pretty good.
Nice. Do you watch? You don't watch American Horror Story, right?
I tried watching 2 seasons. I attempted to watch. Didn't work out.
Mr. Robot's a weird show.
It's sure about a hacker. I think I don't know. I don't watch it.
The best thing about that show, I think, is the monologues he gives at the beginning of every episode. You get kind of a sense of how dark and pretentious it is, and then you just skip until the next one.
Yeah.
Valkyrie is going to be in Thor 3, apparently.
Yeah, that's that chick right there in the middle.
Oh, Tessa Thompson.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
She looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
Valkyrie is a stable character. I hope, the actual Marvel one is Brunhilde from Norse mythology, so I hope that's her, and she's just not her own thing. Apparently, the Captain Marvel movie is going to take place in the 90s, which might be interesting.
Yes, they're going to do that one in the past too, because I believe it was which one was it? There's been a couple. I think it's the X-Men movies that have been going up probably for a decade. I think that they're going to try and do something similar. So a 90s themed movie might be pretty cool.
It's something different. It's an interesting way to put her in, especially because Top Gun was big at the time, and she's the character of Carol Danvers before she got her superpowers was a fighter pilot, and a lot of her stuff is very pilot-esque. She loves being able to fly as one of her things. I'm a big Miss Marvel / Captain Marvel fan.
So it's going to be a Green Lantern movie all over again.
There's very little pilot stuff in
Hey, that was a part of it at the beginning. Remember the whole Top Gun thing? I remember that.
That was so bad.
That was a bad movie.
So Wonder Woman 2 apparently is taking place in Cold War. Interesting.
All right.
Yeah, skipping a major war there.
Well,
two of them actually.
I think to be fair, I think the reason they're doing that is because there was already a lot of comparisons with Captain America and World War II for the first Avengers. So I don't know, something different at least. To go into the mind of Pennywise, there isn't that much there technically. He's just evil. He's just really evil.
It's evil Lovecraftian spider thing.
William Shatner apparently has been offered to go into Discovery.
Don't do it, Will.
My guess is a big fat paycheck is the answer. So
don't do it, Will.
I don't know. They wouldn't let him in the movies, so he might do it.
He wasn't missing.
No, not really.
Stranger Things 2. I can't wait for that.
Oh, yeah, that's gonna be so good.
I'm looking forward.
Oh, come on, Marvel Studios timeline. It's not that difficult. You just line up the movies. What issues? Like, oh, come on.
Well, I think one of the things was that Iron Man, Incredible Hulk, and Thor were all supposed to take place very close to each other. Well, Iron Man 2, Incredible Hulk, and Thor.
To be fair, that's when they were starting things and they weren't even sure if they had a universe yet. That's fine.
Gal Gadot in more movies is awesome.
Yeah, Thriller
in more movies.
Ruin, World War II Grim.
She's the best thing in DC right now.
Yeah, that's cool. Stargate Origins apparently is a thing.
No, not another prequel show.
Oh man, I do like Stargate though.
That's a prequel show, so it's gonna suck.
Yeah, probably. Glass. Black Panther doesn't need a secret identity because he's the king of Wakanda.
Yeah, has he ever had a secret identity?
I don't.
He might have at one point because everyone did at one point.
Back in the day.
Yeah, it's fucking. They know who he is.
Oh yeah, did you hear Spawn's gonna get a film finally? Another one. So hopefully this one won't be ass.
I kind of like the other one. It's a good bad movie,
but it wasn't that good. You know the best thing about that?
The actor who played Spawn was pretty good.
He was good. He was decent.
John Leguizamo as a clown. I don't care what anyone says. Did a good job.
He was pretty good. But even for the 90s, I thought the effects for the cape were pretty good. I thought Spawn looked pretty good.
Oddly enough, all the other Spawn stuff, like the cape isn't like its own like life force as it is in there.
Yeah. Moving on to some anime manga stuff. If you know anything here, or just react to something silly, there's always something weird on anime news.
Apparently, the Thor director wants to adopt Akira manga
with Asian actors. Nice. Let me guess. You don't think
the Akira manga is the size of a phone book?
It's thick.
Just adapt the anime movie, man. The anime movie would be hard enough.
Yeah. Did you know the ending was very different because the manga wasn't completed at the time?
Oh, that's why it didn't really have an ending.
Sure it did. He made a new universe or something, right? This is a trippy movie.
Power of Amoebas, man.
That was a bad dub. That was a bad dub line back in the day. Gurren Lagann, manga artist, is doing something else. Okay. Oh, the creator of Fairy Tail is apparently New York Comic Con.
You can't stand Boruto.
I haven't seen any of Boruto. How do you feel about the concept? Usually with something like Dragon Ball, they take a break and then bring it back. But Naruto's over, boom, Boruto. He's got a son. Orochimaru's back as a villain.
No, he's a good guy now.
What?
Yeah.
What?
I hate that. That's the one thing I hate most about the end of Naruto is that they didn't have a big final showdown for Orochimaru's main bad guy. Because that's the best bad guy that show ever had.
Well, he kind of went away.
And he was building up to be the main bad guy, and then he just wasn't. So, it's just disappointing.
It's kind of similar to, another show I know you like so much, Bleach, the whole Aizen thing.
Aizen's the main bad guy at the end of it. No, it kept going after that.
Past the anime, technically.
Yeah, well, at least he fought Ice.
Yeah, he did. It took him a while.
It was a really bad fight, but it happened. Season 1 Bleach was so good compared to the rest of it.
Oh, totally. I always say that. Have you ever read any Sonic comics?
No.
You know, back in the day, I read some. I only ever read the ones that were tied directly to Sonic Sat AM. You know, so I always thought that stuff was pretty cool.
Is that the one with the resistance movement?
Yes.
Yeah.
Now,
that was really good.
I followed those ones, and that was it. But the thing is, apparently, there's a bunch of different universes, and I think they kind of melded together through Archie Comics.
Yeah,
so
weird stuff.
A lot like the Sonic comics. They're really dark and really weird, and they're epic. Like, there's so much weird shit that happens in this. Let me see. Oh, you can get a Bulgaria bag for JoJo's Killer Queen if you're interested. JoJo purse, or tote bag or something. Oh, Italian accessories designer takes a cue from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure for a limited capsule collection of bags, wallets, charms, and silk scarves.
Interesting.
That's kind of cool. Ranking.
I do love me some JoJo's.
I know you do. Let's see, is there anything worth talking about? You can put on Mario's dancing shoes. He's got a music video. Cool. Oh yeah, the new Dragon Ball Z Fighters game will be out next year. So I think that looks pretty cool from what I've seen.
Never been that big into the Dragon Ball Z fighting games. My brother is though.
I think you played a bit of them.
No, really, just watched him play.
Huh. Did you ever read or watch Rose of Versailles? That's an interesting one. It's actually based on a true story. It was like this French revolutionary lady. She pretends to be a man. Yeah, it's an old school one. It's actually pretty good.
That's pretty cool.
I'm not seeing too much on here that I know about. I don't see anything too. Okay. Apparently, they took a shot at the Prime Minister of Japan. He looks kind of pissed. Japanese model maker complains new Blade Runner film copied the blaster. Maybe. Let me actually click on that. Did you know they made an anime tie-in for the Blade Runner movie?
I heard about that, yeah.
Yeah, that one actually talks more about the rebellion with the replicants. Remarkable influence on subsequent anime, 82 American film Blade Runner has become a classic sci-fi action film, blah, blah, blah. Standout feature of the Deckard's iconic blaster, PKD, prized by collectors. Tomen Suke, Japanese model maker who has created various high-quality reproductions of the blaster, is concerned his work has been used without crediting the source in this year's sequel film. Well, if they're using the model from the original film, I don't know if that's really a copyright issue.
Maybe he made his own version.
Maybe.
Take off.
Maybe they... Well, it's not exactly the same gun, I guess, but it's pretty close. I don't know.
Or they just buy some of his models and use them in the movie.
That's very likely, too. Yeah, okay. I guess that's it for anime stuff. Let's move into video games, see if you know anything coming up. I know you're playing a lot of stuff. You're playing Shadow of War right now? How you been liking it?
I've been liking it a good bit. They did some weird shit with Sheila, though. I don't really like it.
Like what?
Everyone knows... Alright, for those who don't know, Sheila is the giant fuck-off spider that they fight in...
Return of the King.
The movie Return of the King at the end of the Two Towers book. Gets taken out by Sam. You know her as a giant fuck-off spider who is scary and smelly and eats people.
It's a big spider, yeah.
In the game, she has the power to transform into a sexy lady and see into the future.
Now, I knew you're probably questioning that, but I think they just wanted to bring in more appeal, right? Huh? No? Not a fan?
Like, I can understand why you get more female characters in Tolkien. And they have two other female characters in it who are cool. It's just like this... I don't know, man. Like, I read Lord of the Rings. I actually read the fucking Silmarillion.
Well...
And that's... Nothing's right about that. Also, they kind of insinuate that her and Sauron used to be lovers. Yeah, because he first orders pet at one point, and they show, there's a thing where one of the collectibles in there are, memories of Sheila they have to go around and collect. And one of the things that you see is them meeting and her saying, I don't want a bed with him in front of her.
I mean,
I might be wrong, but it's kind of implying that.
To be fair, I guess, a lot of these things are like kind of half-god sorceress beings. They could probably change their forms if they wanted to.
But here's the thing, Sheila wasn't that. That was her mom, Unglit. And Unglit, made it with... Like, she was one of those god things, but took a form of spider. But then she made it with other giant spiders.
Yeah.
And Sheila was a result of that, so she shouldn't be able to do that. She's actually a giant fuck-off spider. She's not like a god thing that just happened to look like a giant fuck-off spider.
It's fair.
So,
maybe, Sauron's just into some spider stuff.
No, because she looks like a human in those scenes.
Huh.
And it's not like she's just holds an image out there and that's not what she really looks like. No, she can change her form, apparently.
Huh.
So
really bizarre.
I don't know, man.
Huh. Okay.
I haven't finished the game yet. I've only gotten into Act 2, but there's a lot of Shelob stuff in the first act. So
cool. All right. Well, I do like Shelob, but I never would have thought of her as being a woman.
Yeah, she's like an ally to you in the game.
Evil spider. Pretty sure, right? She works for Sauron.
No, she didn't work for Sauron. That was one thing. She just did her own shit, and Sauron left her there because he thought it was kind of cool to have a giant fucking spider monster
guarding the place.
Yeah, she's like, well, no one's gonna come at me through that direction. A giant fucking spider thing. You have some more orcs there. She's even the orcs out of some more.
So would you say Shelob is, what would she be? Chaotic evil, neutral evil?
Chaotic
evil. All right.
Maybe neutral evil. She does work with Gollum.
A little bit. Yeah, that's true.
Gollum's in the game again too.
Oh yeah, I remember. You have to look for him in the first one. I don't know. I play anything else? Anything else we're talking about gaming?
I've been playing Injustice 2 a lot. I actually unlocked the legendary gear for Batman. It took me a while, but I did it. So Batman now is built. It wasn't triple jump. Gives him crazy stats and stuff.
Triple jump, huh?
It takes a lot, but I did that. I'm trying to unlock Catwoman's whip. Can't wait for Hellboy to come out for it. I got rating all my characters up to level 20. I got rating the last two that came out, Rain and Black Manta.
Black Manta.
Game's really fun. They just did a bunch of premiere worlds in the multiverse as promotions for the new DC shows that come back.
Mm-hmm.
So I did all those. Got a bunch of platinum and diamond boxes. Just a really fun game.
Yeah, you've been doing a lot. You've been doing all the different challenges for that one.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what. We'll wrap up the news segment here. When we close this out. We got about another 10 minutes or so. Final thoughts about anything? I have one quick question for you, and then if you want to wrap up with anything, you can. Talking kind of related to that, actually, we talk about movies that are coming up, and you know what I always forget about?
Justice League?
Every time, Justice League comes out November as well. Or
November 13th,
yeah. It comes out right after Thor, and I'm like, I always, the marketing hasn't been that great, and the newest trailer, it just looks terrible. I know we've been saying this all the time, but the CG looks bad. Everything looks bad. I know we play
the main villain has the ability to turn people into parademons.
I like parademons. Isn't the villain Steppenwolf?
Yep.
I guess it's better than just leading with Darkseid, but
yeah.
I don't know. It just looked. Did you see the trailer?
It looks very generic superhero movie.
Yeah, it looks meh.
It just doesn't look as good as Marvel.
Did you like how they teased? That Superman. He's dead. He's still dead. Might not be there.
Everyone knows he's coming back.
I have to adjust the movie that Superman. But I mean,
they're doing more without Martian Manhunter.
Yeah.
Thank you, New 52. Why did we have to get the fucking movies coming out when New 52 was around?
Well, the funny thing is, it's still based on all the New 52 stuff, but the New 52 stuff is pretty much done. It's not even a real relevant thing anymore.
Yeah, they're trying to cover with that with Rebirth, but yeah.
I mean, all right, let me ask you. I know that you would want to have Martian Manhunter in there, but if they're going to put Cyborg in there, you know what I think the least thing they could do is?
Make the CGI form better.
Look better. Because I remember your theory was you thought it would be cheaper to do Cyborg than Manhunter.
Yeah, but then they just made him with CGI anyway. Just make him a fucking suit. They did it for RoboCop, the original. That was in the fucking 80s, right?
Yes, 87.
Want to make sure.
Yeah, you're right.
That was in the fucking 80s. Make him a goddamn suit. You can make him a really cool suit now. Just do practical effects for some of it, and then we might be able to buy it. Well, I will admit that for the last trailer, the CG did look better.
A little bit. I think it still looks kind of dark and ugly, though.
Yeah.
Very gray. A lot of explosions. Aquaman's suit's prosthetic is pretty cool.
Yeah, because they actually made him a fucking suit.
Yeah, he looks cool. He's got a cool costume.
I don't know how I feel about the Flash.
I think the actor seems like he's having fun with it.
Yeah, he's just a comic relief character, which I guess he was in Justice League show too. But I think he was a better comic relief character. He wasn't like completely green like this. This version's like he seems like he's a 14-year-old kid.
Yeah, pretty close to that.
Is in the show.
Wonder Woman's cool.
Wonder Woman once again is the best part of the movies. Batman looks pretty good. Batman, Wonder Woman, that's my one true pairing. So I love Batman, Wonder Woman.
You shit them all the time. Yeah.
That's the best stuff I've seen about the things that all the promotion really makes them look like they're really together. Yeah, which I kind of like, but I've never been a huge fan of Aquaman. I like the actors.
Cool.
Yeah, Jason Momoa. I love Jason Momoa.
He's having a great time.
I wish he would have gotten another Conan movie. I hope that's what the next what the Aquaman movie will be. Conan underwater.
I'm down.
He looks like he's having a ball, but he's Aquaman. he's not even using he's just running around. He's just trying around stabbing things. He might as well be Conan.
Might as well.
But Cyborg's flying and doing cyborg shit. I don't care about Cyborg.
I know.
And from what I saw, he doesn't seem to have much of a personality either. They have a very robotic personality.
All the characters, I like Cyborg, but he's a Titan. I always think of him as a Titan.
I describe this as it's like if Cyclops was a founding member of the Avengers instead of the X-Men. That's what it feels like to me.
Just a little off. I agree. But yeah, man, that's how I feel about that. We have a few minutes here. Any final thoughts, final discussions you want to wrap up? Stuff on your mind? I remember we were talking a little bit about the Batman thing. We had that old podcast years ago about the rape of Batman that no one talks about. We could talk.
We don't have time.
We don't have time for that.
We don't have time for that.
Well, anything, man. The floor is yours.
I'm really looking forward to Thor Ragnarok.
Me too.
I'm a huge Hulk fan, so seeing Hulk in a movie, it looks great.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently he fights both Fenrir and the fucking the Surtur. And that looks great. I don't know what's going to happen, but I hope it's cool.
No, it sort of is. I think Hell looks pretty cool.
Hell looks really cool. She looks great. I know that actress from everything.
Kate Blanchett.
Yep. I would never have thought they would get Kate Blanchett, but she looks great. And from the one scene where she's holding Thor, it looks like she's really big. And in the comics, Hell's really big because her dad, Loki, even though he's normal human size for some reason, he's a giant. So she got more. So she's giant sized. I hope she's actually Loki's daughter in this. I hope they actually bring that up as a thing.
Yeah, that'd be weird if he was. That's right. He's her dad.
He's also the father of Fenrir, the wolf. So I hope some of that shit comes out. I hope there's everyone looking at Loki weird, and Loki's like, what? But
I went to strange places. It's not my fault. Show more protection, Loki.
Yeah.
Look at what your front has brought. You're irresponsible.
That movie just looks like it's going to be really fun. I really want to see it. Apparently, it's getting really good reviews. I just can't wait to fucking see that movie. It looks really great.
Yeah, I'll definitely have to do a review for that one.
Yeah.
But I guess we'll wrap it up, man. Hope to have you again sometime. Trolls have been a big part of the channel for years now. Actually, I think...
I'm really excited for Halloween stuff.
Halloween stuff?
Yeah. Or our Halloween game.
Oh, yeah.
Stuff.
Yeah, we've got to be doing more D&D. We do kind of a Halloween thing every year?
We do everyone does a horror game, Dapper the Sly is the one doing it this year.
Yeah, did he say anything about it, or is he keeping it under wraps?
It's going to be a Starfinder game.
Starfinder. It's kind of like Pathfinder in space.
Yeah. It's made by the same people who did Pathfinder.
Yeah, so we'll be doing that. Some other D&D games coming through. Actually, our buddy Gimli's doing a Witcher one. And you were telling me about doing one with a Greek Pantheon.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Don't know if we'll be recording any of those, but if anything interesting comes up, we'll talk about it. I'll troll on as a recurring guest from time to time. Talk about all kinds of geeky things. But until next time, I'm going to say stay magical. Say bye, Troll.
Star Trek Discovery sucks.
That's what I've heard, man. And the more prognosis is, it is bad.